Congratulations on the purchase of your new Qashqai SV all-wheel drive. So I'm going to go over all the features with you that we did during the delivery. Hopefully this will make things a little bit easier for you in understanding, and that way if you have any questions, if you're not comfortable in giving a call or emailing or texting, you can just review this video. You get intelligent key. So what that does is right here on the side of the door, you've got a button. There's one over on the driver's side door as well, or the passenger side door. Push it once to unlock the door that you're at. A second push will unlock the entire vehicle. Once all the doors are shut, when you get out, you can push it once to lock it all. The first thing that we're going to go over is the controls on the steering wheel. So as we'll see on the right side of the steering wheel, we've got our cruise control right here. So if I push this button and we watch the top of the screen up there, that tells you that your cruise control is active. From there, once you find the speed that you want, just hit the set button and it will show you the exact number right up on the display up top. Tapping the brake or hitting the cancel will disengage the cruise control. You can resume by hitting the resume button, or if you need to bump the speed up or down, simply hit the resume or set button based on the plus or the minus for your speed. Next up, we've got your Bluetooth hands-free. This is extremely simple to set up. All we do is press the button.
There are no phones connected to the vehicle. To use this system, a compatible Bluetooth phone must be connected. Please refer to your phone's user manual.
So if we follow through the prompts there, once it stops talking, you're going to tell it to add phone. Make sure that you're in the Bluetooth settings on your cell phone, and you'll see a new phone that will pop up. It says My Car. Select that. Ensure that the number that comes up on the center display here matches the number that appears on your phone. Press OK or pair. Wait a moment, you will get another message or two pop up. The first one is going to be to add your favorites or your contacts. Make sure you allow that, as well as any other messages that show up. That will ensure that your phone is fully connected, and you won't have to reconnect your phone unless you get a new phone. Next up on the left side of the steering wheel, we've got full-blown media center control. So we've got volume for our radio right here. Up, we'll raise the volume, and obviously down we'll lower it. This button here looks like fast forward or rewind or skip buttons. While you're on the radio, whether it's satellite radio, which comes free for the first 3 months, or AM FM, that will actually skip through the presets that you have set on the radio. So I'm going to move over to show the radio display while I hit these buttons. I'm going to go forward. And if I do that, right now I'm on preset 2. That moves to preset 3 and 4 and so on. And I can go back by going the other way. The buttons around the OK button will control the driver assist display right up in the center here. So right now the screen that's showing says average speed 1. That'll just show you the average speed that you've been traveling since you reset this last. Now the 1 indicates that there is a 2, so if I press down, I see 2. If I go over to the next screen, we've got a trip odometer. Again, this is the trip distance since the last time I reset it. Right now it says trip 2. I can also go back up for trip 1. And the next screen is your average fuel economy. Now this number will increase by idling. As you can see, this vehicle has pretty much only idled. As a result, the average is kind of high, so I'm going to reset this simply by holding the OK. And I can either individually reset the fuel economy, or what the all refers to is resetting fuel economy, the trip odometer, and the average speed. So the other thing I want to point out is when it's on 1, all 3 of them are on 1. When I move down to 2 on any one of those 3 screens, the other 2 screens also correspond. So we're going to head over to the next screen, which is our radio. So this allows you to see what's going on for your music. Right now it shows you that we are on FM, as we can see over here. Now at the bottom of this screen it says OK equals source. So if I press the OK button here, that actually changes where it's coming from. Now we're on to FM2, which you can have 6 different presets for. Press it again, it goes over to satellite radio, which as I mentioned is free for the first 3 months. It's on XM1, there's also an XM2 and XM3. And you can have 6 presets on each one of those as well. You can also stream music from any Bluetooth connected device through the auxiliary port, which is down below here. And then we go back to AM. Now, also, if you have anything that is connected to the USB port, it will stream through there. That will come up as an option. Or if you have a CD in the CD player, it will give you that as an option as well. Our next screen over gives you tire pressure. Now you see it says tire pressure appears while driving. So once the vehicle starts moving, then the tire pressure would populate for all 4 tires. Where this is an SV, if you have a low tire, it will show you exactly which tire is low and what the pressure is in it. All you need to do to correct that is put an air hose on the stem, start putting air in the tire that's low, and as soon as it gets to the proper tire pressure, it is going to beep the car horn once to let you know that you're done. You can stop. There is no guesswork involved at all. This screen here shows the intelligent all-wheel drive. So the way that this works, your vehicle is going to drive in front-wheel drive the bulk of the time. As you pull away, it is going to be an all-wheel drive, and during any traction issues, all-wheel drive is automatically going to kick in. So if you hit slippery roads, hydroplaning, loose gravel, anything that could cause the front wheels to slip even just a little bit, is going to redistribute some of that power from the front wheels down to the back wheels, right up to a 50-50 split between the front and back. This will happen all the way up to 145 kilometers per hour. So you never have to worry about not having the all-wheel drive when you need it. The next screen shows you your chassis control. This will give you an idea of what's going on with your vehicle during hard turns or hard bumps, and it will light up with some different colors around it just to show you where the action's happening around your vehicle. Any warnings that were to show up would show up here. So if your wiper fluid was low or you had a door that wasn't fully shut, it would give you more details here, and it will list multiple warnings if there is multiple. In that case, you can scroll through the warnings. Now there will also be a yellow exclamation mark shows up right here whenever you have a warning, so that's your indication that you can come over to this screen to see what's going on. Finally, we've got our settings screen. Typically the only thing that I ever change in here, as I mentioned to you when we delivered your vehicle, is in the vehicle settings. We go down to locking and then auto door unlock. By default, Nissan vehicles will automatically unlock the doors when you turn the ignition off. Most people prefer to have it so that once you shift into park, the doors unlock. So this is the one setting that I change. Simply go in here, select it, press the OK button, and then it's done. I can then use the back button to come out of that screen back to the settings screen. This takes us back to our average speed. Over here on our signal indicator, we've also got everything for our lights. So with the lights in this position, they are off. This is our park lights. We've got our headlights. Then we have auto for the headlights. When it's on auto, as soon as it gets dark enough, the lights will automatically come on. Once it gets bright enough, they will automatically go out. Now you notice today, the lights are not on, even though it's on auto. It is raining out. However, if I turn the wipers on regular speed, if we watch, there's 2 passes, 3 passes, 4 passes, and then the lights automatically come on. That's a safety feature that as long as you're on auto, the lights will automatically come on after the wipers have made 4 passes on the windshield. Also, we've got our fog light indicator here. Your lights do need to be on for this to come on. So if I turn the lights on, then I can turn this on and we see a second indicator shows up down here, and that's an indicator for our fog lights. If the lights are not on and we turn that dial, nothing happens. Our windshield wipers are pretty normal. So if you just want to do a mist wipe, if you just got some mist on your windshield wipers, on your windshield, tap that up once and it will give a single swipe pass. Down the first notch, we'll put your intermittent wipers on, and using this dial here, you can control the speed of the intermittent wipers and how fast they're going to make a pass on the windshield. The next notch down, just put your windshield wipers on regular speed. And then finally the last one down is going to put them on high speed. Now also, this dial here is for our rear window. One notch puts us on intermittent. The second notch just turns the wiper on the back. Now, if you need to clean your window off, by pulling this towards us, it will spray the window in front. And if you push it towards the dash, it will actually spray the back window. Next up, we're going to have a look at the buttons down here beside the dash. So we've got a few of them. This first one here is for your traction control. As I mentioned, most people tend to leave this alone. They don't fully understand how to drive with it off, and it's on there for a reason. It will allow your tires to spin a little bit faster if you're stuck in the snow, but your vehicle is going to slide from side to side on you, so I do highly recommend just leaving it. This button down here though, this is awesome. This is your heated steering wheel, and when we turn that light on by pushing the button, that heats up your steering wheel. This is fantastic in the winter, especially when it's really cold out. You never have to worry about holding a cold steering wheel. Our all-wheel drive lock. So I mentioned the intuitive all-wheel drive earlier, and what this does, this will lock in the all-wheel drive, and it will stay locked in all the way up to 40 kilometers per hour, but once you get above 40, it's still going to drop down to front-wheel drive. It will disengage that lock, but it will still automatically kick back in. That's more of a feel-good thing, or if you come into work and you're driving through the city and traffic is really slow and the roads are getting greasy, you might want to turn that lock on just for peace of mind, so that knowing you're in all-wheel drive the full time as long as traffic is slow moving. This final button over here is our Eco button. This is excellent. I highly recommend this on the highway, although you can have this on all the time. The only thing to keep in mind if you're going to have it on all the time, pulling away from a dead stop is going to feel very sluggish, so just keep that in mind if you're going to leave Eco on all the time. Down below here we have our hood release and the release for our gas cover, which is on the passenger side of the vehicle. As we move to our display, see we've got a nice 5-inch display here, so I'm going to put this in reverse for a moment, and you can see the backup camera comes up there. Now it is raining out, so we do have a couple water droplets there that you can see hanging over the camera, but it does give you a really nice view. Also, we do have distance lines on here, and as long as you stop by these red hash marks, you will have enough room to open up the hatch on the back of this. We've got buttons here to change from AM to FM, one for satellite. Media, we'll go through those same options that we saw over on the driver assist display. We've got our seek and category here, so if you just want to find a radio station, simply hitting that will move up to the next available radio station. We can bring up an iPod menu if you have an iPod connected, and this back button pertains to when you go into our settings. So if we go in here, we can go into Bluetooth settings and add a phone, or go back. We can change the bass, treble, balance, fade, brightness, and contrast. All you got to do is, while you're on any one of them, push the button in. It highlights orange. From there, you'll notice the dial moves. Press it again and it comes back out. Our clock adjust. This is something a lot of people ask about, especially with daytime daylight savings in our area. When you need to change your clock, simply go into the settings screen, scroll down. Once you get on the clock, press the button once. Our hour highlights in orange. So right away, I can change the hour forward or back. If I press it a second time, I can change the minutes forward or back. Pressing it a third time takes us out of there. Our on-screen display, quite literally, will turn off the clock up here. And then we can simply hit back. And it takes us right back to where we were. Our buttons here are all the presets for our radio station. Our volume button is pretty self-explanatory, and the on-off for it. Climate control. So we can turn it on or off simply by pushing this button here. Now, as you notice, we do have dual climate control. So both your driver and your passenger can set different temperatures simply by pushing the dual button. So if one of you likes it warmer or colder than the other, makes it nice and easy to change it. The moment we push that button to turn it off, everything goes back to the driver's setting. The next time you push that button, it will go back to the previous setting that you had. Also, there is an auto feature with this, so that if you've got your temperature set for 21.5, as I do now, and you leave it on auto, notice our fan is kind of in the middle there. It's going to automatically turn the fan up or down as needed to help get the cabin temperature to that temperature as fast as possible. So in the winter, it's going to automatically pump out warm air. In the summer, it'll be cool air, and that fan will go up as high as it needs and then slowly dial back to ensure that you get there. Also, we do have heated seats. We've got high and low settings on both of them for both the driver and the passenger. I highly recommend just leaving the heated seats on, whether they're high or low. This will give you a chance to use the intelligent climate control when you use your remote key start. So with the remote key start, the way that works, from outside the vehicle, you're going to hit the lock button and then hold this top button for 5 seconds. That's going to automatically start the vehicle from as far as 100 feet away. Once that does that, because your heated seats are already on, the heated seats are going to start to warm up. It's automatically going to put warm air up on the windshield to start clearing it off. It's going to automatically activate the rear defrost, which in turn automatically activates the heated side mirrors, and it automatically turns on the heated steering wheel. All of that with the remote start, providing you leave your heated seats on. I highly recommend this for the winter. It makes life a whole lot simpler. It will run for up to 10 minutes with the remote start. By the time you get out to your vehicle, your windows are going to be cleared up, your seats are going to be warm, and your steering wheel is going to be warm. You're going to be a happy camper heading down the road. Up above us, we've got a few controls here. We've got our map lights, nice and easy to operate. This button here, if we engage that, when we open the doors, it will keep the lights from turning on. If you need to move things in and out, or you're going to be doing any kind of cleaning in the vehicle, you don't want to be a drain on the battery, just engage that button. Once you're done, let it back out and you're all good. This button here will turn all the lights on in the vehicle so that you can see what you're doing. The last button here is for our sunroof. If we push that forward, that will tilt our sunroof up. It'll give you that little bit of clearance on the back for ventilation. Just push it back and it'll close it. Now, I'm not going to do it on a day like today because it is raining out. However, if we push the button back while it's closed, it will retract that sunroof all the way back and allow you to get the full airflow there. And you can simply push it forward to close it again. And there is a little handle on the screen so that you can open and close that nice and easy. So that pretty much concludes everything that we've gone over during the delivery. I hope this is a huge help for you. If you have any questions, please let me know. It's Robert Ty. You can get me here at O'Regan's Nissan. My contact info will follow. Just call, text, or email, whichever works for you. Or if you're in the area, please stop in. If I'm not in, ask anybody inside and they'll be able to help you out, I promise. I hope this was a great experience for you, and I hope this was a huge help.